Oh man.
Did you have a good 2022?
It was. Why is there? I got a news thing on. I have this weird
I
thing on
hope
my
the
phone.
banner is in the photo.
Yeah. It's a
News break.
news break, and it's about it.
Two fat guys do a podcast.
I shit you not. This is what it says. All you can eat buffet in Florida has been. It's,
Your news alerts are buffet.
yeah, dude. It's
New buffet in the area.
that particular news app. It gives me either buffets or like eateries or just murder and death. There's no in between. There's
That's
no.
that's life right
Yeah,
there.
it's like
True crime stories
wanna
and
hear about-
eating. That's most of my day.
You want to hear about this delicious eatery? Hell yeah. You want to hear about this family of four that didn't make it? Of course. Like, it's
How
like-
about at the same time?
Oh,
Oh, my god.
oh,
Mwah.
these dumplings are delicious. What?
I do a bit about how like women, especially women, really love true crime.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do the bit, but the crux of it is how like it's like a night in, like a nice night in will be like like me and my wife watching true crime, watching people being like murdered, and like the worse it is, the better you enjoy it, and but you never bring it outside the house, you know, like you never have that like at a fancy restaurant where like a piano player and then a man choking a woman to death in the center of the room, like to create ambiance. A bit never works, but I like it.
Oh, the veal's delicious.
I always like my act out. I had the act out punchline I always do is I'm just doing the bit. I'm sorry. Is waiter, can you turn up the murder? It's our anniversary. And it never gets. It always gets mild chuckles, and it's like people don't want to admit to liking
Murder.
I even don't really like say I like true crime anymore.
Yeah.
I used to like it like, or used to talk about it like 7 years ago. But too many people die,
I don't know.
and then it gets sad, and you're like,
I don't know what
at some point, do you ever do that? You
What?
do you like crime stuff?
I every once in a while. Like, I mean, my thing is like
You grew up in crime.
I would say I grew up in a world where like
It's for privileged assholes who don't experience violence. It's the
yeah,
only
for
way.
me it was just like, oh, this is Wednesday.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
No, I like it. I like it to some degree though, because like I used to when I worked at the mall, it was a different mall, and I already talk about it, blah blah blah. But like there was a couple times where I helped. One time I helped put away 2 sex offenders.
Oh,
Because I got to a car accident, I had to do light duty, and so I was only on cameras. I
You had
wasn't
to
allowed
poop?
to. No, just mild shitting.
just
mild shitting.
just little duties.
Little duties, little ploop ploop plops.
That's the kind of show this is.
Yeah, highbrow stuff only. No, but I was on camera duty for close to a year, so I couldn't do any walking patrol. I
Yeah.
couldn't do any vehicle patrol, just cameras, because it didn't require me to potentially get involved in any physical fray or anything like that.
Right. Yeah.
Because I got to a car accident and they found
Yeah,
I
they
had
want to like.
back stuff. I had some back stuff.
Gotcha.
But I became really fucking good at cameras. I became like a super sleuth at like identifying things. And so I helped put away 2 sex offenders. One of them was the guy, he didn't check in with his parole officer. And he knew that his parolee lived near the mall. And he goes, you're not supposed to be there because there's kids there, that type of thing. So he goes, he gave me this parameter of time, and it was like from like noon to like 7 p.m., and we have 64 cameras. So noon, that huge block of time, and I had to look for one guy.
Wow.
And I found him. And not only did I find him, I got him on camera walking past the kid, stopping, and then coming back to communicate with the kid. If he just walked past the kid, it would have been no issue. But he stopped and meticulously thought about it. You see it on camera. He's paused,
Yeah.
and then turns around on a rotational camera.
Did he like kidnap a kid or anything, or is he just?
No, it was just whatever his crime was. That's what I hate about sex crimes right away in this country, is you could do some fucking heinous shit and then get out on parole. Like it's pretty, it's pretty gnarly. Because apparently what he did was pretty bad. It was with like a really young kid.
Yeah, and those people like don't. They always reoffend. It seems like all the crime stuff I've watched, they always reoffend, and I don't know how you handle that. Do you just kill them?
I have a bit about that too. Ironically,
Yeah.
I have a bit about that. Yeah, it's where I talk about how
This is just us doing.
it's just us doing
forcing
our
bits.
It's our
into-
forcing bits into our
Which
podcast.
we should name the podcast.
Forcing
Forced bits.
Forced bits. God damn it, that's funny. No, but but I have a bit about that. But like, the thing
sorry.
is, there is no.
That's every podcast.
Yeah, that's every podcast or every Comics After Dark or whatever that
yeah,
show
yeah,
was.
yeah. Green
no.
room.
Oh Jesus! But the funny, the crazy thing about it though is, what is the solution? Like, do you give them lobotomies? Do you fucking electroshock them?
I don't know. I don't.
Because that's their thing. That's what they're into. Because like, what's a food item you can't live without that you just love?
Pizza.
Okay, so imagine if eating pizza was banned by
Yeah,
law,
like society.
and then now you live near an Italian eatery.
Yeah, I know.
You live near a Joseph's Pizza
The
or some shit.
delicious, tender pizza running around.
or a pizza lives next door to you. You know.
Yeah, yeah.
He's out there playing in the yard with his juicy little ass. Like,
The pizza's in a sprinkler.
yeah, it's just fucking awful.
I think it's it is. I don't know how to confront that. I think you do draft them into Ukraine.
Yeah. So we got some teenagers now.
Oh, yeah.
We're in a parking lot, by the way.
We look creepy.
Yeah, we look creepy.
By all accounts.
We look like we should not be near a strip mall.
Yeah.
Or pizza eatery.
We're outside a Sephora and a Kohl's.
Yeah.
The Sephora is in the Kohl's, so it kind of takes it down a few notches.
Yeah. It's like the
It's
little
like a
Caesars
Wendy's in
inside
a
of
gas station.
or like the little Caesars inside of Kmart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, those food things in the front. Kmart used to have, was it slushy? It was like the frozen one with the polar bear. That shit was good.
Yeah.
Icy?
Icy? Yeah, I think it was icy.
Something.
Yeah, it was icy.
Yeah, icy.
Icy with two E's at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember
That's
that.
good.
I remember that distinctly because my grandma used to work at a Kmart.
Oh.
And I have a very distinct. I think we talked about this, but I have a very distinct memory of having my birthday party in the Little Caesars of the Kmart,
Oh, yeah.
and then we went roller skating afterwards.
Hell yeah.
But I'm fascinated by that because of that time that I was on cameras for like a full year, and so I put away that guy, put away another sex offender.
How'd you get the second one?
The second one was he said he wasn't at the mall, and I got him on camera.
Oh, okay.
He didn't even have to.
Oh, so it was just.
Yeah, the other one said he was at the mall, but he didn't talk to anybody.
Did you ever? Were you ever on cameras where you saw suspicious stuff and then like track someone?
Oh, that happened several times.
Yeah.
Yeah, several times. It was a lot of it was like shopliftings, like jewelry store theft. The little kiosk in the middle of the mall that sold like, the fake jewelry. Well, there was a couple. I caught two bait and switch guys. So they would wear a necklace, ask to see another necklace.
Oh, okay.
And it was the same style necklace, so it'd be like a certain type of chain, a certain chain style, and they would switch. They would switch the necklace, and one was clearly fake. Honestly, I think they're both fake, but like one was the one that they had tried on.
It's a good scam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they didn't take into account for the fact that I was a fucking very vigilant super sleuth.
Yeah,
that was just bored that night, and so I caught him on camera. And like when you have evidence like that, the JSO has no, especially when they're working for you, when they're like off duty guys. and stuff, they have no choice but to, go with the next step.
Man. So, do you think you could steal from a mall or a store, knowing how cameras are?
Well, my thing is, honestly, yeah.
Or
I have to know where the cameras are at. I have to know.
How else do you recommend or advise to steal? Let's teach our audience how to steal.
Jesus.
Because I think we got to provide some value to our listeners, and I think learning how to steal from the store is important.
Okay, so
like for example, today I was at self-checkout, and I know that you could kind of double bag items on self-checkout, where you scan one item and you move a second item over at the same time.
That's the old
and I didn't
classic.
do it today, and I spent $7 at Walmart, and
Yeah.
I was like, I should have stole. I had that thought today. Should have stole.
Yeah.
But
Now
I
the thing
don't.
is that the people don't take into consideration. Sometimes the people watching that work for Walmart that watch the transactions have a very keen eye.
Yeah.
Because I tried that stunt, and they're like, "Hey, you didn't ring up that thing." I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I didn't know. I thought I heard it beep twice. I didn't." You
Yeah.
know? I had to backtrack real fast.
I did that once at Publix. I tried to ring up a red bell pepper as a green bell pepper because it's like 50 cents less per pound.
Yeah.
And the lady like appeared like a genie, and she goes, "It is not a green bell pepper. It is a red bell pepper." She had like some kind of like Danish accent.
Oh, that's hilarious.
I was like, she got
She
me.
was Swedish chef. Klop, klop,
Yeah.
klop, 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 klop.
Yeah.
No, okay. So if you're okay, so I since the statute of limitations on certain crimes running out after about 5 years, I can admit to some of this.
All right.
All right, so I used to steal from workplaces.
Okay.
Like especially if I knew I was on the way out, I would fucking steal.
Like a grocery store?
I used to work for a pharmacy
Okay.
as a retail guy. Yeah.
Pills?
No, I didn't steal. It was a pharmacy / retail pharmacy.
Okay.
Like a CVS, Rite Aid,
Yeah.
Walgreens.
You'd steal,
I said all three of them because that way no one knows which one.
you'd steal a peg game and bag
No.
of jacks.
Okay, so at this particular store, I was like, I was working a full-time job, and that I was working there as part-time, and I had a sweet gig. I had like full-time job, and then I would work one day as whatever they needed me, photo tech, cashier, whatever, person on the floor.
Yeah.
And I had one day where I only did truck. That's all I did. I unloaded and then stock shelves. That's it. That's all I did for those 2 days, and it was a sweet gig for like a year.
Yeah.
And we got this like new pipsqueak manager guy who was like, "No, we need more all hands on deck." And I'm like, "I can't. I work a full-time job. This is my side gig. This is the thing I've been doing for a year."
Yeah.
And he kept putting me on the schedule, and I said, "You know what? I don't really need this. This is a supplemental income." So I was like, "I'm going to put my 2 weeks in." And then on the way out, I stole so much. I stole DiGiorno pizzas. I stole ham.
Ham?
Dude, yeah. So
Full ham or sliced ham?
it was packages like
Yeah, oh, like the
Oscar
pre-bag- oh,
Mayer.
okay.
You know, because it was a pharmacy / retail place, so it's not like a supermarket.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I stole beef jerky. It was unbelievable. But this particular place, but that's why I said we got to know where the cameras are at. So this particular place, they only had cameras in the entrance, by the front register, by the pharmacy, by the office / photo area, and then by the cosmetics department, cash register.
Okay.
And I think maybe one in the back leading into the stock room. Even the one in the stock room, it was a decoy. It was
Okay.
a decoy. But I knew that, and they told me that because they showed me that because they were like, "Oh, you work security, right?"
Yeah.
So I like kind of allowed them to let their guard around me, and I was interested. I told them I worked on cameras. Well, then on the way out, I was like, "Fuck them! I'm gonna use this against them." And so because I knew most of the cameras in the store were decoys, every camera, every item in the decoy zone was up for grabs, dude. And I mean, I took on makeup. There was some like electronics that were within that realm. You know,
The decoy zone.
the decoy zone, and then also if you're trying to shoplift, I can't believe this is like the crime episode. This is insane.
This is good.
If we're trying to shoplift, for example, if you're doing retail places, if you can find a very strong magnet, would be used to get those little die pack things that are on clothing.
Yeah.
Those you can use a strong magnet to remove those.
Oh, okay.
It's got to be a strong magnet though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you'd have to go to a place that sells like science equipment.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
those earth magnet things.
Mhm.
Like, yeah.
But yeah, if you know, yeah, because that's what they use at the registers. It's a very strong like electromagnet.
Okay.
But they have like the very almost like the red horseshoe shaped magnets.
Yeah.
Those would
Like,
actually work.
Like shit in like that Wile E. Coyote would use.
Yeah, and then
You
And-
got like a 4-foot magnet.
and
holding
then
it in the store.
I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know what they've done since, but for a while, there's it's not the die pack thing. It's just like the little tag that has like a sensor on it.
Yeah.
If you wrapped it with aluminum foil, it
Oh.
used to be able. You could actually just walk out the door and it wouldn't sense
Oh,
it.
wouldn't be able
And
to
then
do that.
all you have to do is go home and remove it.
Okay.
Yeah, and then also people would like during the winter, shopliftings go up exponentially. Because I used to be able to do this. I used to be able to, like, for example, I I've actually stolen from theme parks before.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've stolen from theme parks before. If you ever go to a theme park and they have like charm bracelets and stuff.
Yeah.
So I used to do this thing where I would like look and I would grab a couple of the charms and slide it into the sleeve of my jacket,
Yeah.
and then basically hold my wrist like this, and then turn it, and then it would be like pocketed this way.
Yeah.
And I'd just hold it with my pinky until I got out of there or went to a different area, and then I would have my cell phone or whatever in my pocket, and I would grab my cell phone, drop the charms in my pocket, grab my cell phone out, and like just did around my cell phone. So all they saw on camera was me look this, and then I would pick some up and drop them and put them back.
Yeah.
But some of them I was sliding in my sleeve, and then when I went to check my phone, I would just like check my phone. Sometimes pretend I got a call, and then step out, and I'm gone.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So like, I don't know. I was a petty theft guy. I wasn't like a fucking stealing like.
Yeah, you gotta steal
was just-
small things.
Yeah.
I worked in a deli in high school, and we had a older coworker, and he used to just cut like 3 pounds of meat and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
He would just have a stack like that you get in the deli, like in the Ziploc bag thing.
Yeah.
And then he would just put it in his hat and put his hat on his head and walk out. He would just wear meat on his head out of the store. Just steal it. I used to love it. And then he taught us how to hook up our friends, it was an on-camera trick because they had a camera
Yeah.
there. But what you did was so let's say you came to the deli and I was like, oh, I'm going to hook Marcus up. And you said, I want a pound of turkey. So I would cut like 4 slices or whatever. And then I would put it on the scale and it would weigh like, 0.1 or 0.2, very low.
Yeah.
And I print a ticket for that one and then go back and cut it up, put it on the scale again, weighs a full pound, print a ticket, and then bag it all up and then just put the first sticker on,
Okay,
and
yeah.
throw out the second one. On camera, it just looks like you're weighing the meat twice for accuracy, which is a totally normal
Yeah.
maneuver.
Yeah.
So it's just a quick, it's so hard to you have to, someone would have to look at the meat and be like, this feels lighter than what it is, And
Yeah,
the cashiers don't give a shit.
That's a normal cashier trick. A lot of times they won't even notice that unless something triggers the system, like a weird transaction type thing, or
Yeah.
they get audited.
Yeah.
Because I've actually seen cashiers go down at like the place I worked at because of an audit, and they review the cameras where they
Oh.
yeah, and they review the cameras so we'd have specials and coupons and stuff like that. And so I've done this before where I rang up, like a pair of headphones as a candy bar.
Oh yeah.
That type of thing, and the thing is you ring up a couple extra candy bars, because let's say the headphones were like $30 or something like that.
Yeah.
And the candy bars were the ones on special, so it'd be like 49 cents. So it's like, all right, you take the hit on like a couple candy bars, but you get a $30 thing of headphones for free.
Right.
Type of thing.
Yeah.
Shit like that. And so like I've heard about that in delis. Where people put out like bad stickers or wrong stickers where they just move the decimal a little bit over.
Yeah.
So instead of $14 worth of meat, it's like $1.40.
We used to do it very blatantly, and to the point where we'd have high school with just friends of ours moms coming in, and we'd do it so reduced, it would be 2 pounds of turkey, it would be $1.62.
Yeah.
And they would look at us nervous. They would look at us this is they would look at it this is stealing, and we'd be like, fucking go,
Just go.
Yeah. We're such assholes, but
Yeah, and then another thing was at the mall. Now, at the mall I worked at, the security staff used to get discounts all the time, like all kinds of freebies and huge discounts, but you had to be in uniform.
yeah.
So what the people, like our friends that used to work at the eateries, would do when we were off the clock and they still wanted to hook us up. Like, for example, I didn't know this until I worked there. Like, sometimes certain businesses will divvy out certain pounds or amounts of food for samples.
Okay.
So, like, let's say at the Japanese place, where they hand out the teriyaki chicken samples or something like that. So they would just be like, all right, hey, can I get a platter of chicken, teriyaki chicken for samples, and it'll be in a platter, and then they would put a couple pieces in the little bins and then give you the rest
Oh, man.
in a like a clamshell thing or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, so there was like little things like that. It
that's
was
nice.
but it was just like poor people helping poor people, really.
Really,
Yeah,
yeah, I know.
that's
Yeah,
all
it's
it
like
was,
survival tactics.
Yeah,
at
it
that
was.
point.
It did feel like we were like bartering and trading during the zombie apocalypse.
Yeah. I don't know. That's the only really. I don't have much stealing experience. Oh, maybe like drunk stealing snacks at like a gas station.
Oh yeah,
You know, things like that.
yeah. There's been times in my life where I just blatantly stole shit. One time I did it. I saw who the loss prevention person was,
Yeah.
and I'm like, this guy's not gonna fucking do shit to me. And so I was like, I'm gonna see if I get caught. And like they didn't even notice, you know.
Yeah.
Like you could go in a store right now, and let's say like a Dollar General, and you could go walk the shelves, walk the aisles, and you could see like there's like it's littered with people that eaten stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
like left it there. I'm like, oh, I could steal all day from this place.
Yeah.
All damn day, you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. Certain places, it feels like you could just go in and then just pick the stuff up and walk out.
Yeah.
I know. In California, they made it like under $1,000 is like not illegal to steal or something like that.
Oh, it's
It
under
was like,
1,000?
yeah,
Wow. Okay.
out of
So-
like retail. So that's why you see all those videos of like people going into like CVS or like all these stores and they
Yeah.
just take a whole bunch of stuff and walk out,
Yeah,
and then
because
no one stops them.
in Florida it was
They would shoot you for that.
well, yeah, that too. In Florida, there's a dollar amount that keeps it from being grand theft.
Yeah.
So in Florida, at the time when I worked at the mall, it was if it was $300 or more, it was grand theft.
Oh man, is that a felony?
Mm-hmm. It's a felony.
Wow.
So when people would steal,
Got to get that 275 shit.
yeah, when people were stealing like big ticket items, the urgency at which they would try to exit the mall was
Yeah.
unbelievable because they knew if they got caught.
Yeah, it's like
felony.
real shit.
Yeah, and those are the fun fights.
And then what do you know? Oh yeah, I guess they would fight a lot.
They would fight, yeah. If you knew you're going to jail for 5 years, maybe because of a fucking purse.
I wonder,
Yeah.
whatchamacallit, I saw one time I was going into a Home Depot,
Uh-huh.
right over here, down like just south of here,
Yeah.
and I was like, just about in the entrance, and this like lady comes walking out with big sunglasses, like big like Jackie O sunglasses,
Uh-huh.
and a big hat,
Yeah,
and she's got a big like bag like this,
yeah,
and she's walking with her head down, and she's like she gets like right next to me, like she took a step out of the building and got swarmed by like I guess it was their loss prevention,
yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
They fucking swarmed her, and
Yep.
then they're like, I guess they were gonna arrest her or whatever. And
Yeah.
I don't know what I wanted to stick around to see what she
The
was stealing, but they fucking
what
like,
you just
it was-
described was literally every other shoplifting.
Yeah.
Out of the yeah. It was always I would say a woman, probably maybe anywhere from 30 to 45.
Yeah.
Right, 30 to 45, and usually wearing a flowery, flowy sundress type thing,
Mm-hmm.
big beach bag type of bag, and then a lot of accessories, so it didn't draw any attention.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, it was like that's the first person we're looking for. It was because we're looking for people with big bags.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what they're looking for. I've actually seen that same situation you just played out, but then the lady's like, I ain't going back there. And then they're like, yeah, you are. And she's like, what are you going to do? Hit me? I'm a woman or something like that. And then she called these guys bluff and it turned ugly real
Oh my
fast.
god.
Yeah, it was there was a lot of physical stops. Because a lot of those loss prevention guys actually got paid for that.
Yeah.
They would
yeah.
actually get bonuses for the amount of stops they would get. So
Oh,
it's like
wow.
it was almost encouraged to have people shoplifting. It was really weird.
That's funny.
Yeah. And then I mean, but that whole, I guess going back to the true crime thing is like, if you're not familiar with that whole world, if you're not familiar with that exists, like shoplifting stops and like just the disparity of humans
Yeah.
as a whole, then you're fascinated by it.
It is. It's really interesting. I think. What about? So, what if would you rob a bank or like or a place of business?
No, robbing like bank robberies and stuff like that. There's ways to get around it, but they got too many. There's too many ways to track you.
My
And-
sister graduated with a bank robber. He was like a big like
Oh, shit.
West Coast bank robber, and they caught him, and it turned out to be like this dude we went to high school with.
Yeah, you have to like to be a bank robber. You can. It's not like a petty theft shoplifting. You don't necessarily have to case the joint to get away with it.
Yeah.
If you're doing a bank robbery, you got to really case it. You got to be a regular. And now at that point,
And if you're bringing in other people, that adds a whole.
yeah, and you're bringing other people, and then
I've seen too many movies. It always goes wrong. Someone turns, or
someone turns,
yeah.
or even down the road, someone will snitch.
Yeah,
you know?
cave, or
Yeah, someone will, and then also now you're putting your trust in other people's hands.
yeah.
And then also,
Who could live with that kind of like pressure? I guess they do it for the money, but
some people can, man.
the
Some
peace
people,
of mind. Yeah, I guess some people are like built that way. I
Yeah.
couldn't deal with the. I couldn't deal with like the. I would be nervous all the time.
Yeah, but those, I think people that are capable of doing that are people that can date someone and break up with them right before a holiday, and then just like just cold and calculated, dude. It's unbelievable.
It's unbelievably cold.
Unbelievably cold. The funny thing is, I know several people that have done that. So I don't. No one, if they're listening, that
What
is
do
it you?
women like to break up on holidays? They're like, maybe it makes them emotional and they make like rash
No,
decisions.
I know what it is. I know what it is. The psychological aspect of it is if you spend the holiday, then it deepens that relationship in some capacity.
Oh, okay, so they're like, we got to end it before.
Yeah, because then there's an emotional connection that's attached to that relationship in some capacity.
Man,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah, and so I don't know if that's the reasoning for these particular breakups. I know several. So if you're listening, am I talking about you or am I not? Yeah.
Yeah, there have been a few, huh?
There have been a couple.
I could just locally, I could just recall a few.
Yeah. But no, but I'm just saying, like, there's a callousness that is required that some people just have.
That
They
is,
just
yeah,
have that ability.
that's true.
Hell, I broke up with two ladies that really wanted. So I've joked with this with several friends. If I didn't have the upbringing, so I came up in the type of upbringing that builds those type of characters,
Yeah,
criminal element, but at the same time, I came up in a loving home, like an encouraging home. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't perfect. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes, but like at the end of the day, my parents were there for me.
yeah.
My parents, a family, my siblings. I have other relatives. I had a good a group of people in my life. And if I didn't have that, I could easily see myself going into that nefarious world of criminal element.
Do you feel like you could, like, not now or not say like, or if you remove that upbringing, you feel like you could commit crime and not bother you?
At this particular point in my life, no. At other particular points in my life, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like, I think about when I put a couple people in the hospital from fights,
Yeah.
and I thrived on that moment. Like,
Oh,
I
you're
reveled,
happy about
I
it?
reveled
Yeah.
in it at the time. Now looking back, I don't. It's not fun
Yeah.
because it's just, I know, like for example, people, like a lot of those fights were people getting into fights or people just trying to scrap their way out of getting caught for doing something out of
Right.
desperation.
Yeah. Just,
I understand
fear,
the
yeah.
level of desperation that goes into shoplifting. I understand the ego that goes into starting a fight with someone because of some stupid infraction.
Yeah.
That means that person was broken to the point where that's all they had in their mind. In their mind, that's all they had. Is like, this person is insulting me, and so all I have in my life is pride.
Right.
And so I understand the psychology of it a little bit more. So I don't revel in it because I just see broken people battling broken people.
Yeah,
But at
yeah.
points in my life, absolutely. I was like, I mean, I remember when I broke that dude's face. I was like, I was bragging about it for like a week.
But
You
like,
know.
so fighting is one thing, but I mean, like,
Oh no. I mean, but it was I hurt someone badly to the point where he had to get reconstructive surgery on his face.
okay, yeah, I guess.
And I
that's
was
a,
just like, hell yeah, that's what
I
happens when you
guess
cross paths
that'll
with Bravo
qualify.
5. And it was like it was
Old
like that
fist of
Patrice
brick.
It was like that Patrice O'Neal bit about the football.
Yeah,
You know?
letting him out here with some killers.
Yeah. That was the mentality I had, and I could see myself. I'm
He's
like,
paralyzed.
take his socks. Take his socks. You know?
They be wearing paralyzed people's socks on their head. God, it's such a good bit.
God, it's one of those bits.
That's actually the best. One of the best specials.
Yeah, Elephant in the Room. So
Yeah.
good. So good. But like I can see at a different point in my life where if let's say I was denied several hugs and a couple of love yous from my parents, I could totally see myself being in a mob, being in a gang.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just being a menace to society.
I definitely relate to that. Like, parents, if my parents were not in the picture, or I didn't, I think, yeah, if you didn't have the upbringing, I think it would be easier to do, because it's like, if you have good parents, which I feel like both of us do,
Yeah.
you don't want to disappoint them. So being
Well, you
hermit-
have something to live for.
yeah,
You have something
I
to
guess
live
that's
for.
a better way to put it.
You have something to live for. Like, I mean, there's been times recently when I ventured on my own in life, where
Yeah.
like everything was pulled away from me, and I didn't want to crawl back to family for help. Where I was just like, either I do something criminal or I do something suicidal. Like that
Yeah,
was,
yeah.
And so I can see.
Yeah,
where
you
people-
want like destructive behavior one way or the other.
Yeah, and so I see that. So I understand it a little bit more. I try to be a little more understanding when people are like acting shitty to me in life.
Yeah.
Even going back to like breakups. It's like, because now I look back, I'm like, well, where were they at in their life? Like, was I aiding or insisting? Or
I
like,
know, yeah. It's sort of
Yeah.
it's good to like look at the bigger picture. I just watched The Wire, so
Yeah.
I'm all in it with everything's connected.
Yeah, and so I don't know, man. It's so like right now at this current particular moment in my life, going into 2023. This is the first week into 2023. And
It's
then
been a wild 2023 so far.
already, and like it's not been. It's what professionally, it's been dope.
Yeah.
I just got done doing a bunch of cool shows and making some connections, doing some videos. We're kickstarting back into the podcast stuff again.
Yeah.
But then privately, my life has been a wreck. There's some family stuff. I had some relationship stuff that just went to shit. And my thing is, like, people are like, "What's your resolution?" I'm like, I just want a normal Christmas.
Yeah.
Because I
just want to feel again.
Dude, I look back at past Christmases. So 2015 was the last Christmas I was in a long-term relationship.
Okay.
And that was the last Christmas. The next Christmas was the first Christmas without her. The next
I like
Christmas,
the name.
yeah. The next Christmas was the first Christmas without her, and it was my first Christmas by myself. Like,
Okay,
in
yeah.
another city.
That's
the next
painful.
Christmas was the Christmas where it was with oh my god, that was like one of the worst Christmases. It was like I got Me Too'd, I knocked up a girl, my grandma died. Dude, it was rough. The next Christmas was the first Christmas where I had to move back to Jacksonville because of family stuff. And the next Christmas after that was I just got a new car. I got into a car accident and almost killed me.
Oh my god.
Then the next Christmas I got COVID and ruined Christmas.
Holy shit.
And then the next Christmas my cousin died.
oh.
And then this past Christmas I got broken up before Christmas. And then my Christmas party, get this, at my Christmas party, my family Christmas party, I dressed up as Santa.
yeah.
I dressed up as Santa. I did comedy. So I didn't know this at the time, but I got broken up with. Broken up with. And I invited my other ex to the Christmas party, and she brought her new dude.
Oh no! Really?
Yeah.
I had a friend named Trinice in high school, and
Uh-huh.
she used to steal Wendy's for us. She was a cashier at Wendy's.
Oh, hell yeah.
And we played. We used to go there every Friday night before football games,
Yeah.
which doesn't make sense. Like, hey, we're gonna do an athletic thing. Let's eat Wendy's.
Yeah, let's
But Friday we were gonna
fill our
Wendy's.
stomach with sludge.
yeah. And Trinice Jennings, she would like $12 worth of Wendy's back in like 1990,
Oh,
late
that's
90s.
awesome. That's
And
a lot.
she'd ring it up and it would be like $3.30. It was the best.
I
would be so fat.
one of the things I will always do. I know a lot of people when they get older, they're like, I don't have time to be fake anymore. I want to live my truth and all this stuff like that. So that means like if they get upset with a cashier at Wendy's or something, they'll act like assholes. They're like, I don't have
that's
time to be
horseshit.
And so my thing is, I never do that, and for multiple reasons. But one of the biggest ones, and this is so fat and greedy, but like one of the biggest reasons why I always act with a little extra sugar when I'm in like a drive-through line or I'm in line, is those fast food workers will fucking remember you, like being kind when you didn't have to be.
Yeah.
And so this has happened so many times where I'll be in line and I'll order like a 4 for $4 from Wendy's or something like that, and they're like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, but we're out of nuggets," or "Oh my God, we're so sorry, we're out of cheese," or some shit like that. And I'm like, "Oh, that's fine. Can I just get the regular Baconator without cheese?" Okay, And then oh no, I just order regular like a double because the Baconator is like a different sandwich. But they'll hook me up with a fucking Baconator.
Oh yeah, they'll give you free stuff.
Oh, dude, one time I went to Church's Chicken in Orlando, Florida. Right, I went there, and now this was like kind of in the hood. Church's Chicken isn't normally in affluent neighborhoods anyway.
Yeah.
So I went to a Church's Chicken. They were getting ready to close, and they had in the hood. You tell them they're out of shit, people will fucking get snarky, assholes real fast. And I was like, that's fine. And they're like, well, we have this side and this side and this side. I'm like, that's fine. I'll do fried okra. It's fine. And they're like, oh man, we're out of this drink. I'm like, that's fine. I'll just do a Dr. Pepper instead. Cool. I ordered a 2-piece combo with one side and a biscuit. What I got was 12 pieces of chicken. All of the remaining okra, fried okra. It had to be at least a full pound of okra stuffed in a box that should have housed my whole meal, but it housed all the okra. I 7 biscuits, and then a bunch of tater wedges that I didn't even order, and 3 drinks. I was like, oh my God, this is so much food. And I parked, I ate as much as I could, and I'm like, I'm full. I don't want any more of this chicken because you could taste when the chicken's been sitting there for a little bit.
Yeah.
So I saw a homeless guy, and I'm like, hey man, are you hungry? And he goes, brother, I'm starving. And I was like, it's your lucky day. And I handed him the chicken, and he's like, oh my God, it's a lot of chicken.
He goes, this is too much.
It's too much chicken. Yeah. No,
and then I'm crazy.
But then he yelled, and I shit you not, a dude popped up from behind the bushes. There's a dude, I don't know what he's doing behind the bushes. And then 2 more guys came out of nowhere, and they just shared this cornucopia of old
chicken insides,
old Church's Chicken. And I was like, all right, yeah, it was a good day, just because I wasn't an asshole to Latrice.
We Kelly and I went to Raleigh one time, and we landed, and it was like 5 minutes to 10 o'clock, and we right next to our hotel was a Bojangles.
Oh,
and
nice.
we went into the drive-through, and they were basically closed, and we're like, can we just have like a 2-piece chicken tenders or whatever? And the guy goes, damn, yo, you the real MVP. It was right after Kevin Durant said that. Do you remember when?
No.
Kevin Durant won MVP one season. He was a basketball player.
I know who he is.
Okay. So Kevin Durant wins MVP, and he's giving a speech, and he thanks his mom, and he goes, thank you, Mom. You the real MVP.
Oh, okay.
And so
now I think I remember that,
yeah. So we ordered chicken tenders. He goes, damn, you the real MVP. Pull around. And we're like, what? And we pull around. It was the same situation. They were just about to close. The only thing they had left is what we ordered was chicken tenders.
Okay.
So they just gave us like a family box, like the biggest yellow Bojangles box. If you ever been to a Bojangles, it's magical. And it was filled with like 30 chicken tenders. It was like a treasure chest of chicken, like the densest suitcase of chicken.
You found Blackbeard's map and it
oh
led you
man,
to chicken tenders?
Oh dude, it was so good. We took it back to a hotel. It was fat kid heaven.
Oh dude, I've had that happen a bunch of times in drive-thrus where they'll give you a little extra. I think the next big cornucopia of food was one time I loitered inside of a Chick-fil-A for too long. So I got there at like I got up pretty early, and I was like, man, I want Chick-fil-A breakfast. And that's when I found out their sausage, egg, and cheese biscuits are actually really good.
Oh,
Underrated.
dude.
They're underrated.
That's the first item I've ever. The first time I had Chick-fil-A sauce, rather,
yeah.
was with one of those.
Yeah, so I get in there.
Sausage, egg, and
I get in
cheese
there and I
biscuit.
order a
Fuck.
sausage, egg, and cheese biscuit
So
and
good.
4 minis, the little mini sandwiches with the chicken.
Yeah.
and
I like those, but the chicken's never crispy.
Well, I got there. This was the busy location, so it was like they were like cooking them fresh, cooking them fresh. And so I get there and the rush. I stayed so long.
I could eat maybe 80 chicken minis.
Oh,
Chicken
dude,
mini-
yeah, I could
those-
plow through.
Those things are like M&Ms.
So I'm in the lobby and I'm seeing people come and go, and there's only a couple of people sitting. And then I stay there through breakfast into lunch, right?
Sitting inside?
Sitting inside.
Okay, that's psychotic.
And so, but here's the crazy thing: they had cooked a bunch of breakfast stuff that didn't get sold. So they had all this breakfast stuff on a platter, and they were going around to people in the lobby. But the problem was there was nobody in the lobby but me. And she goes, "Would you like a breakfast sandwich? These are leftover from breakfast." And I go, "There's no one else in here. Can I have another?" She goes, "You can have all of it if you want to." And I go, "That's exactly what I'm gonna do." And on the tray was 5 breakfast sandwiches, 3 things of minis, 3 things of hash browns,
Oh, my
a
God.
yogurt. Like, I was like, all this stuff.
God, their hash browns are good, too.
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A. That was the first time I had Chick-fil-A sauce. I dipped a hash brown in Chick-fil-A sauce because I had never had. I had Chick-fil-A in college. There was
Yeah.
like a Chick-fil-A in the main building of
Yeah.
my college, like the main cafeteria.
Yeah.
And that was North Carolina back in the early 2000s. That was before Chick-fil-A was like real popular.
Yeah.
But I never had Chick-fil-A sauce. I used to get like whatever spicy bullshit.
Yeah.
But I had perfectly cooked tater tots because they really do them well a lot of times with Chick-fil-A sauce. Man.
Yeah.
You just want to slap someone. You're like,
Ah,
how did I not know about that? And ever since then, I just
that's so funny.
probably a gallon a week Chick-fil-A sauce.
My other favorite theft from Chick-fil-A essentially was they would have the dress up as a cow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I would get like a white T-shirt, magic marker, a bunch of like spots on it, and then take some face paint that I had from like Dollar Tree face paint, and then put some spots on my face, and then they would have like a little cow hat. I would go to, I would chart like how many Chick-fil-A's are within reach, or within like 5 miles from me, and I would go to every single one. I would go to every single
And go
Chick-fil-A.
free.
Yeah,
Free meal.
And they used to, and the thing is, they would give you one free entree option, like of your choice. So like I would like, all right, I got the chicken strips here, so I'm gonna get the nuggets here. I'm
Yeah.
gonna get the sandwich here. I'm gonna get
Eat the whole menu.
yeah. I think my record was I went to 12 different Chick-fil-A's.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Are they like, sir? Why is there a pile of garbage in your front seat? you have 9 drinks.
Don't judge me.
Where
I'm
you
just,
put all the drinks like shoved in your dashboard.
just got Polynesian sauce in my beard.
Yeah,
You know?
you have like a half inflated kiddie pool of lemonade in your back seat. Man, that's awesome. We had when we were poor. I lived in St. Augustine for a summer. We were real poor, and then Chick-fil-A there. Then this was probably like 2004, 2005.
Yeah.
They ran a promotion on like Mondays or whatever. You pay like $8 or something, and it was all you could eat chicken nuggets, and they would serve you like 6 in a box,
Yeah.
and then you go back up and like have another box. So we would just go up and get a box and then come back to the table
Oh
and
my
just
God,
pocket
that
it
sounds
or like
amazing.
hide it, you know.
Yeah.
And then we'd bring back like 30 boxes of chicken nuggets, and it would be in our fridge, and then we'd eat it through the week, like just to survive, really, you know, just because you're so poor.
That's when you wear cargo pants. Have you ever
Yeah,
done that?
no, yeah,
I
yeah.
used to wear
That's cargo pants are the only reason you wear them is to steal or go to Vietnam.
I used to. So when I worked at the mall, I used to wear what they call BDU pants, which are basically like black tactical cargo pants.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
And
and
I
I
don't
would.
know what that is, but I could picture it. Like
Yeah.
something a SWAT member
Yeah, like
would
yeah,
wear.
we used to wear like a
Yeah.
SWAT team outfit. And I used to wear BDU pants.
SWAT
to,
team for snacks.
This is what I used to do. I used to go to like Golden Corrals or like a Chinese buffet, and I used to wear BDU pants with Ziploc bags in my pockets.
Oh, that's professional.
Dude,
Ziploc bags. in the
Ziploc
pocket.
bags, and I would eat and then skim half of it into the Ziploc bag, put it in my pocket,
Wow.
and then yeah.
grandma move is wrap something in a napkin, put it in the purse.
Oh, I've done that before too.
I mean, I've seen.
But it's messy.
It's messy.
Because a lot of times you're wrapping greasy shit.
You
and
wrap
it-
a rib.
Oh my god, yeah. And you got fucking barbecue sauce all over your wallet. You know.
Oh man,
Yeah.
a grandma purse. Yeah, a napkin.
This
a
whole
napkin
episode's been
snack.
about theft,
theft and food.
theft and food,
Yeah,
theft and death.
I love it. Well, that's how you steal, and that's how you gotta steal. You
Yeah.
know?
Okay.
But all right. Well, until next time, we're gonna get on iTunes, right?
Yeah.
Apple Podcasts or whatever.
Apple Podcasts. Yeah, you can
Pretty
actually
soon.
you can listen and stream, and then also I did tag our YouTube account to the other video.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not in charge of the analytics of that, so I don't know if that added any new subscribers.
Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll keep an eye on it. Check it
Okay.
out. That'll be fun.
Cool.
See what happens. But until then, it's not cool to steal merchandise over $300. But
It's cool to be foolish.
sure is.